Rashad here. You can hear me and you can see me. And what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how to set up a Leopard Gecko the cheap and simple way. There's a lot of people who like to do naturalistic setups. I love those myself, but this right here is a great, cheap, and cost-effective way to set up your Leopard Gecko. What I have is some, old paper, sales paper or whatever. I have some dollar store ashtrays. I have a Tupperware container. As you can see, I already have the Eco Earth inside. So a lot of you guys are thinking, hey, that's going to be his moist box. Well, you're correct. That is going to be my moist box. And my son is talking. He's saying Dada. He loves this video already. And here we have a shoe box. And the shoe box already has the adhesive heating pad on the hot side. That's what you always want to do when you have leopard geckos. You want to give them a temperature variant. Because they are ground dwellers, they soak up most of their moisture through their bellies. So that's what I'm going to accomplish with the heat pad on this side, which will be the hot side, which you will want to put your moist box always over the hot side. That way you can produce condensation. So enough of me babbling. And you too, baby. Stop your babbling. And let's go ahead and get it done. So what I like to do is I like to place the paper in there to see how it should fit. Once I realize how it should fit, I basically, put a little bit of indentation into the paper so that I know where to fold it. Once I get the indentation, I fold over the paper. It's that simple. Put it back in. Look for another indentation. Put the indentation. And I fold the paper over again. Okay. And there's a little bit more slack on the vertical length side, so fold that over a little bit. Bada bing, bada boom. There's your substrate. Perfect substrate. It's not too thick. It allows the heat to come through and the animal can absorb it through its belly. Next thing I do is I use my two ashtrays. One I usually use for calcium dish. The other I use for feeders. I keep my feeders and my calcium separate. To me, when you do that, it keeps the feeders alive a bit longer. Excuse me that you cannot see me right now. I'm going into my storage container that has all of my goodies that I use for my reptiles. So as far as calcium, what I have is the Zoomed Reptical with D3, and I also have the Tetrafauna ReptiLife Plus as well. And what I do is I do a mixture of that, 1-to-1 mixture ratio. Tends to work good, works great. A lot of people like to use that I can't think of it. I'll get back to you guys with that in the description below, but I'll leave a link to it. I think it's Reptivite or something like that, or can't think of it. But on with this video, I'll mix that 1-to-1 usually, and you just grab it, give it a swirl around so that they mix in together. Okay, now we're going to move on to the moist hide. As you can see, there's quite a bit of condensation on the top. That's why I don't have to use a water bottle, because whenever the gecko is thirsty, he usually goes inside, drinks a few of the droplets from the top. As you can see, there's lots of them. And there's actually Eco Earth inside. That's what holds the moisture, so that if the gecko needs to shed or is going into shed, they usually tend to hang out inside of these moist boxes. It helps them have an easy shed, no problems. And that's it. That's cheap and cost effective. The ashtrays cost me $1 for a 3-pack. The paper cost me not a thing because they always like to leave it at my door. And the Tupperware container that I use for the moist hide cost me about $2 at a dollar store, or $1. and the shoebox storage container thingy cost me about $5. So you're looking at a total of probably about $10 right here, just for the setup of your Leopard Gecko. That's very cost effective. I know a lot of people don't like to break the banks all the time. The top, you just want to drill some holes into it. I'm also going to drill some holes into the side, or you can, you know, cut out a big portion of it and put some mesh, like no-see mosquito mesh right there, and that'll also give you a little bit more aeration for the gecko. And lastly, let's introduce the gecko into his new setup, or old setup, because I already had him set up in it before. I know you guys remember to name that gecko video, excuse me. And here we go. This gecko's name is Killer Kung Fu Bitch. Sorry, son, for saying that in front of you. I had some comments about that, but that's the name. It's Killer Kung Fu Wolf Bitch. And it was named, here's also a shout out, by Blinking Twin. So thank you, Blinking Twin. You won the Name That Gecko contest. As you can see, the tail is getting a little bit fatter, so I've been feeding her great. She's in good health, in good standing. And this cheap and cost-effective setup has really been working for me and for the gecko. So hope you guys like this video. My son loves the video so far. He's going to be a star as well. And thanks to you guys who watch my videos. And like always, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks a lot. Dada. You like the video? Yeah?